was finally old enough to drive, I asked my dad, I'm like, when are you going to teach me how to drive a clutch? And he threw me the keys at the dinner table, and he goes, go teach yourself. Hi, my name is Pete Mansolillo. My business is Muscle Car Junior Inc., and we deal with muscle cars. So the initial concept when I opened the business was to build cars that sounded hot, sounded mean, but had air conditioning, disc brakes, all the modern comforts, basically what you would call a resto mod. But I'm really into keeping things period correct. I got started in muscle cars, believe it or not. My first car magazine was 1968 January Road and Track. It was the Ford GT issue. And Ford had just won Le Mans in 66 and 67, and it did a complete recap. And I remember the Hot Wheels and slot cars that I had in the Ford J cars and things like that. Big block Fords were everything in my world. When I first was able to get my own car, I realized how expensive Fords were, and of course I bought a big block Chevelle for pennies on the dollar at the time. It was during the first gas crisis. This one is a classic garage find. This car right here, it was turned on to one of my drag racing buddies. Used to build engines for this particular guy, Vic Shin. Unfortunately, he had passed away, and there were two cars. His house had collapsed due to neglect, and there were two Corvettes in there. There was a 63 split window, and this, which was noted as the 1966 FIA car. Come to find out, this ended up being a 63 split window too that was modified. This car was raced by Lynn St. James' husband, John Caruso, and Dick Vreeland, who I think won the 12 Hours of Sebring at one point. I don't know if it was in this particular car, but he drove with John Greenwood prepared vets from 72 on, and Dick ran a lot of Shelby Cobra stuff back in the day. It's a pretty exciting find, and we've almost got it ready to roll. The engine turns over, and hopefully by the last Caffeine and Octane of the year, we'll show up with this thing. The Demon, when they say it's the fastest or quickest production car ever built, understand I got a 699 NHRA license. I've been in some pretty fast cars. I've been in some wild road racing cars over the years. And I have to say, I can't believe they sell a car like this to the public. You know, when the Viper first came out, that was a car that was very touchy, no electronic nannies. It was a very hard car to drive. And imagine the Demon's got twice the horsepower to the original Viper, more than twice the horsepower stock. The Demon, if you don't put your foot in it or don't cross that little threshold, is a very easy car to drive. The Viper, not so much, but still, there's very much into it. And I think that's what gets a lot of drivers in trouble, is the fact that when you cross that line, all hell breaks loose. The Demon in drag mode takes out all the traction control and that type of stuff, but it always keeps the yaw control. So when it figures the car is so much out of shape, it's going to rein you back in and cut the rev so you don't kill yourself. The reality is we are in the golden age of automobiles. This is the absolute best time to be a car owner. You may think that the nostalgia thing, that everything creeps up. This is the modern age of muscle. I don't care where you are. Road course cars, drag race cars, nothing has been better than today. And the technology that's driving that is driving the performance cars of the future. Really, 20, 30 years from now, we're going to wish that these are going to be the collectible cars that people want or yearn for.